Going to welcome David Laing, President, Brampton Environmental Alliance, and you have up to 5 minutes. Welcome.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. 2 days after Remembrance Day, and I'm still thinking about my father-in-law, and 3 uncles who served in the Canadian Armed Forces during World War II. My dad and 1 uncle returned safely, as did my father-in-law, although not before he spent 7 months in a prisoner of war camp. Sadly, my other 2 uncles didn't survive. These and thousands of other brave men and women volunteered to put their lives on the line to uphold Canadian values of fairness, honesty, equality, and rule of law. And it's thinking about the willingness for individual sacrifice for the betterment of all that has me so frustrated in relation to this debate about cycling and specifically bike lanes. A transportation system that prioritizes pedestrians and cyclists over cars is a philosophy that is baked into provincial policy statements and all of the city's planning documents. Is that just rhetoric? Are we serious about making roads accessible and safe for all? Or are these just words to make us feel better about ourselves? When we make policy decisions in response to ill-informed populist opinion, rather than on facts and what is in the best interest of the community, it sets up a vicious cycle where active transportation investments are chronically underfunded, delayed, and deprioritized. Travel by car remains the only safe, convenient option for the majority. Active transportation mode share remains in the low single digits. And vulnerable road users who often have no choice as to how they travel continue to experience unnecessary death or life-altering injury. After reading the Active Transportation Master Plan staff report, one can only conclude that the implementation of Brampton bike lanes has been a resounding success. Bike lanes reduce average road speed, reduce deaths, serious injuries for all. They reduce travel time and increase capacity through more efficient use of road space. They provide safe space for micromobility users, encouraging a mode shift away from cars. They contribute, therefore, to healthier lifestyles, reducing pressure on the healthcare system. They bring increased economic benefits through local shopping. They help lower carbon footprint from transportation. These are all the things that we want. Are we willing to give up these benefits because some people don't like bike lanes? Because they fear loss of parking directly in front of their homes? Or that they think commute times will be slower? Or that they just don't want to share the road? No jurisdiction has implemented bike lanes without complaint, but complaints die down while the benefits continue. How many complaints are there about bike lanes on Rutherford now? We need to change culture. We should be celebrating the success of existing bike lanes in improving traffic efficiency and making the roads safe for all. As appropriate, we should be building more of them as quickly as possible to complete the network. We should be encouraging more people to get out and use them for their personal health and well-being and for the benefit of our community and for the benefit of our planet. Why is it that dedicating a small portion of space on often over-engineered roads to build bike lanes that can accommodate hundreds of travelers per hour is deemed unacceptable? Yet handing over the same space for the convenience of individual homeowners to temporarily park private vehicles for free on public property is perfectly okay. It would be wonderful if the cycling network could be completely off-road. But that is a pipe dream that will take decades and unacceptable levels of public money to build. Transportation cyclists and micromobility users travel at 15 to 25 kilometers an hour. They need high-quality pavement, lane markings, safe signalized intersections, and clear sight lines, absent of floods, debris, man-spreading pedestrians, flexi leashes, encroaching branches, ice, snow, and glass. Most of our current pathways and trails are too narrow and built to lesser quality and maintenance standards than is safe, comfortable, or convenient. Existing paths and trails would need to be upgraded and many more built. Building substandard in-boulevard options will not pull people out of their cars, neither will the use of urban shoulders. I don't want to live in a city where road design allocates comfort and safety by class. Right now, I feel like a second-tier citizen in my own city. It takes a decade of advocacy and public engagement for bike lanes to be planned and implemented, yet only months for them to be removed because of a few citizen complaints. A walk-on motion at the AT plan, and the AT plan is suspended in 4 of the 10 wards. 37 kilometers of low-cost, quick turnaround bike lanes disappear without regard for the people who might use them. Not everyone will ride bikes for transportation, but those who can't or won't should be thanking, supporting, and encouraging those of us who do, and not complaining or standing in our way. Yes, the AT&P needs a refresh, but we don't need more delay in implementation while we wait for improvements. Vulnerable road users have been waiting long enough. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Seeing no questions on the board, we'll go on to our next